Hello students, in the previous video we have studied about different applications of database management system. In this video we are going to learn about various advantages of database management system. Let us have a look at these advantages. First one, reducing data redundancy. Second, data security. Third one, reduced development and maintenance time. Fourth one, sharing of data. Fifth one is backup and recovery. Sixth one is privacy. And the last one is data integrity. So these are the different advantages. We are going to talk about each one of them individually. So let's start with the first one, reduced data redundancy. Data redundancy means duplicate copy of same data. Database management systems helps us to reduce these duplicate copies and allow us to keep only one copy. For example, if a student is going to school and if each and every subject teacher has individual Excel file of students' personal information, this will create the same data to be present at various places. If student updates the phone number with the class teacher, it is not necessary that it will be updated in all the different Excel sheets. Thus, the same data, if it is stored in various places, it will cause problems. However, in database management system, this data is stored at one place. There are no multiple copies of the same data. There is only one single copy which each and everybody is referring to. So let's see. The 5-phase database management system contained multiple copies that were stored in different locations in a system or even across multiple systems. Because of this, there are sometimes multiple copies of the same file which led to data redundancy. That is, the same data is present at different locations, duplication of data. In a database, as there is single database and any changes in it is reflected immediately. So for database management system, there is only one single database. There are no multiple copies of the data. There is no chance of encountering duplicate data. Hence, the data is not duplicated and database management system reduces data redundancy. The next point is sharing of data. Since the database is common for all of them, everyone can view the data and they can edit the data. However, the database can be accessed by different people according to different levels. For example, in a school database, the class teacher will have certain different access rights for a particular class. However, the rights of subject teachers or individual teachers will be different. The class teacher will be allowed to see all the marks of the students, but the subject teacher might not be able to see the marks of all the subjects and will be able to see the marks of only the subject that teacher teaches. Similarly, we can take an example in a bank. The manager of the bank will have different access rights than that of the clerk. So, when the data is shared, it is shared based on the level of that particular person. In a database, the user of the database can share the data among themselves. Now, as the data is located at one place, everyone can use each other's data. There are various levels of authorization to access the data, and consequently, the data can be shared only based on the correct authorization protocols being followed. So As we have discussed, if it is a manager, he will have more rights than a clerk in a bank. Many remote users can also access the database simultaneously and share the data between themselves. So even though the users are sitting at different places, they can use the database simultaneously. The next advantage is data security. For any organization, the data is most crucial. So that data must be secured. Everyone does not have the right to view the data or make changes in the data. Only an authorized person can view the data and modify the data. The authorization of a person can be checked using username and password. If the username and password match, only then the person will be allowed to view the database. So data security is a vital concept in a database. Only authorized users should be allowed to access the database, and their identity should be authenticated using a username and password. If the username and password are incorrect, it means the person is not authorized. Unauthorized users should not be allowed to access the database under any circumstances, as it violates the integrity constraints. If unauthorized users get access to the database, it becomes a threat to the database. Coming to the next advantage, data integrity. Data integrity means at all the times the database should be accurate and consistent. For example, let's take a bank database. If there is a transaction from person A to person B, and if person A wants to transfer 500 rupees to person B, in that case, 500 rupees should be deducted from person A's account, and the same amount, which is 500, should be credited to person B's account. This means the database should be accurate and consistent at all the times. So many people are going to view the data at the same time. That is why it is necessary it should be accurate and consistent. Data integrity means that the data is accurate and consistent in the database. Data integrity is very important as there are multiple databases in the DBMS. A single DBMS can consist of more than one database. So hence, the integrity of a single database is very important. All of these databases contain data that is visible to multiple users. So many users are going to use the database at a single time. Thus, it should be in consistent state all the time. So it is necessary to ensure that the data is correct and consistent in all the databases for all the users. So everyone should get the same data all the time. There should be no mismatch in any kind of data. Coming to the next one, privacy. Let us take an example of Facebook. When we are using Facebook, it depends on the person if they want to keep their account private or public. If they want to display the profile picture to everyone, or if they want to keep it private, or if they want to display it to the friends, or if they want to display it to friends of friends. All these come under privacy. Each and every individual can define their own privacy settings. It depends on the person what settings they are going to make for privacy. What data they want to keep it hidden, or what data they want others to view. The privacy rule in the database means only the authorized users can access the database according to its privacy constraints. Now let's take for example that a person has kept the profile picture set as it should be visible only to friends. So only and only the people who are friends of that person, they can view the picture. Apart from that, other people will not be able to view that picture. So here the access right is given according to the privacy constraint. There are levels of database access and the user can only view the data he is allowed. So if a person is not a friend, then that person cannot view the profile picture of another person. For example, in social networking sites, constraints are different for different accounts a user may want to access. So each and everyone has different privacy settings. Accordingly, it will reflect in the account. The next one is backup and recovery. The database management system has a very good feature of taking the backup every time. So an individual does not have to worry about taking up any kind of backup. And also DBMS provides a feature of recovery. If there is any crash in the system, the database management system will automatically recover to the previous state. So both backup and recovery are taken care by the DBMS and the individual user has nothing to worry about backup and recovery. Database management system automatically takes care of backup and recovery. The user don't need to backup data periodically because it is taken care by the DBMS. The DBMS is responsible for backup. Moreover, it also stores the database after a crash or system failure to the previous condition. That is, the DBMS will recover the data automatically. The last advantage is development and maintenance time. Database management system helps to reduce the development and maintenance time. For example, if there is a certain feature, if there is a feature for getting information of the user, then this feature can be used by different tables. The last advantage is development and maintenance time. For example, if there is a bank and the bank has a feature of getting information of a user, then that feature can be used for getting information of a saving account holder or getting information of a person who has taken some home loan or getting the information for the person who has used some FDs. So the same feature is used at different places. Thus, it helps to reduce the development and maintenance time. That feature need not be developed again. DBMS reduces application development and maintenance time. It supports many important functions that are common to many applications. Accessing data that is stored in DBMS, which facilitates the quick development of function. The same feature can be used by banks. So these are the different advantages of DBMS. It is a very important topic in your chapter. Thank you.